Let's go.
Episode something.
Episode, I think like it's published like 4. This is 5. I don't know. How'd it go, man?
Yeah. All right. Talk us in.
Yeah. All right, guys. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
We have a lot to get to go over, I guess, to talk about.
There's so much. Racing is back.
Yeah, it's it's like full force, right?
By the way, I'm Cy from Riders Law. This is Fabian from Riders Law.
Yes. They should know who we are already.
Well, yeah.
But anyways, yeah. What do you want to start with? MotoGP?
MotoGP,
happened.
MotoAmerica, the Daytona 200.
Yeah.
Everything good is happening. Everything. MotoGP's back. Marc Marquez is back. He looks like he's back to me.
Yeah, he was having a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's nice to see.
Yeah, we saw it in Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah, we were down in Mexico.
It was an interesting trip. Fun and interesting.
Yeah, we'll leave that for another day.
Yeah, fun and interesting trip. But yeah, it was
not work related. We needed a little break. We've been burning it at both ends.
It was a good trip.
I got
a lot of training done.
A lot of racing stuff and a lot of legal stuff that's going on here. So we decided to take 3 days and just get some sun.
Yeah.
Yeah, running on the boardwalk and such.
Yeah, I think I did like 14 miles.
Yeah, that's not bad.
While I was there. Not bad.
Phenomenal meal. What was that restaurant called? The steak place.
I forgot. Sonora.
Sonora Prime.
Sonora Prime.
This is obviously a podcast about food now. They had a bone marrow soup.
Oh my god, it was delicious.
It was insane. It's basically bone marrow. Good. They scooped it out into the bowl at the table, and then they poured the broth over it.
The presentation was just
it was ridiculous. Yeah. And then we paired that with some Mexican wine.
Yeah. That's funny too, because like we were hesitant going there because we're like, oh, it's across town. Like
it was far.
30 minutes.
It looked touristy. It was ridiculously good.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm not even recommending Puerto Vallarta for a number of reasons. I'll say not on a podcast, but if you find yourself in that town and want a good steakhouse, Sonora Prime.
Yeah,
solid.
It was good.
One last thing on that. We got to watch a rerun of the Daytona 200 at a bar, an outdoor bar in Puerto Vallarta on the beach.
Boardwalk.
Yeah, on the boardwalk.
On the boardwalk. And we were watching it with someone from Huntington Beach.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. We were there and we were just like, and it was like 11:30 at night.
Yeah.
Like, we were just like, oh yeah, look.
Those are our guys. Yeah. We've sponsored multiple of the parties.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It was very cool.
Cool. But yeah, MotoGP's back.
Well, let's talk about the Daytona 200.
Why do you want... Okay, Daytona 200
since we already segued into that.
All right, yeah, Daytona 200.
Our boy Heron crushed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I hate the word masterclass, but it kind of was that.
Yeah, I mean, it was... one thing that he did point out, and after I saw it again the second time around... he basically was saying like he was like nervous riding because he's riding with a bunch of new people.
Right.
So he was basically saying like, like I don't know how these guys ride, like so it made him nervous. And then after watching it, I kind of did see it a little bit. He was a little bit timid, not like as aggressive as he was, but I think he played it perfectly fine.
Yeah. So and what he was talking about is when you race the same people year after year, week after week, you get to know what a safe pass is or what what they're going to do.
Yeah. You get comfortable. Racing tight and close and
right. They're not going to do the unexpected. The unexpected is what causes crashes. Whether the unexpected is tucking the front or the rider just doing something that you didn't see coming.
Yeah, or second guessing something, right? Like So,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, he played it. He played it really good. He said he did run out of gas on one of the pits, or one of the time he pitted, but he didn't. He made it home safe.
Oh yeah, no. You could see on the I think you were dozing off at that part the first time we watched it, but you could see that as he was coming into pit, he was shaking the tank.
He was shaking. Yeah, I was awake at that time.
Yeah. And I think who's the commentator? Is it JP still?
I think so.
Okay. Anyway, the commentator was talking about like, is he having problems with the bike? Is he out of gas? He was out of gas.
Yeah. He mentioned it. He was out of gas.
So Josh wins. Kind of, we'll call it a landslide. Like Josh comfortably won a 200-mile race. Second place, Richie.
No, he didn't get second place.
Well, he got second place basically the whole race.
Yeah.
is Richie, right?
Correct.
And then I don't know if you call it exciting. It's just, how do you describe this final lap? You can see that Escalante is running out of gas because he's shaking his tank.
Yeah.
And it's on the final lap.
And he's going super slow. I could have beat him.
He's in, yeah, right? On a bicycle.
Yeah, yeah.
He has a 30-second lead over third place.
Yeah, which was Tyler.
As his bike is coughing.
No, it was gasping for air.
It was horrible.
That his bike was super thirsty.
It's so, I mean, talk about a scream at the TV moment. And if you're his crew, his buddies, like, just so painful watching this. I mean, a race that was the riding wise was brilliant.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's things to second guess with regard to strategy.
So who do you like? Who would like? I don't necessarily blame is a strong word, but like, what would you? How would you learn from this mistake?
I don't know. So we don't know what his board said.
Who's there to learn from?
We don't know what his board said. We don't know what his guys told him he could do.
Yeah.
And remember, because he's what? I mean, I can't remember exactly now sitting here, but several seconds behind Josh.
Yeah.
30 seconds ahead of the next guy. He's not drafting anybody.
Exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying.
And people underestimate how significant that is for gas on a 200-mile race.
Exactly. I mean, just for anything, like the draft is it's really important.
And if you've never watched this race, unlike many, I mean, you're pitting at least twice.
Minimum twice.
At least twice during this 200-mile race.
Yeah.
Tires are nice, but you will run out of gas.
Yeah.
So
speaking of gas, that reminds me of who was it? They were pitting. He was putting gas, and when they took the gas tank off, like it just stayed open and just gas just like squirted everywhere.
I thought it was a tack, but it might not have been.
I don't think it was. I don't remember.
It was somebody we know. I mean, it was like a team that is.
We know, yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't some like half-assed operation.
I forgot who it was, but I wonder if they got a fine. Like, because I know, like it's like.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I don't. I mean, who knows with MotoAmerica, but I don't think they should have because it was a malfunction of the gas.
Yeah.
I mean, they're supposed to automatically shut off when you lift it.
Exactly.
It's not like they were going, screw
purpose.
your.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think there was any malice involved.
Yeah, I don't think so either. But knowing MotoAmerica, it's like
right. Yeah. If we get a chance to make some more money with a fine, we'll do.
Like, oh, by the way,
that's horrible.
I mean,
we're kidding.
I mean, somebody's middle finger came up, and that person got fined $5,000 just because someone's middle finger came up on TV.
All right, that's a signature. I don't even understand.
I don't know. Yeah. Also, one thing that I saw and I thought about is the King of the Baggers. Right, they race there.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
So I didn't watch it either. However, I did see some of the stats, and like they were going pretty fast. So one of the reasons
they have real racers. I mean, let's talk. If people haven't watched that, it's pretty awesome.
Okay, so my point here is like the thing with Superbike. One of the reasons Superbikes can't race there is because they're too fast for Daytona 200.
Okay,
right? They hit like 180 some miles an hour, right? The King of the Baggers, they were hitting those numbers.
Oh.
So it's like I don't really understand the point of like, Superbike can't race there, but King of the Baggers can.
Huh.
So I mean, like I know MotoAmerica is really into like they're super proud of it because it's they're doing King of the Baggers is doing the round, the Coda round during the MotoGP weekend. So they're super pumped about that. But I mean, at the same time, it's like they're not even following their own rules. So I don't know.
But that's not their rules.
I don't know the ins and outs of it.
That's a track rule, right? For Daytona? I don't know.
That'll
be interesting.
That's the thing. So I'm kind of curious to see what what the outcome is or what their response would be like. Or if are they not going to have it there anymore because they didn't think that those bikes could go that fast on that track?
Right.
Do you think that's my?
Yeah, I don't know. That is interesting.
So
and let's see, right? Our boy in the hooligan class injured.
Debrino.
Yeah, Andy Debrino got a pretty vicious injury.
I didn't see that.
So I read just on his Instagram or whatever that he had hit a top speed that bike has ever hit.
Oh, that's fun.
On the bank prior to crashing.
Yeah. What tires was he on? Do you know?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't really dissected the whole what went down there.
I don't know.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, I like him. We have his we have a number 1 plate from him.
Yeah.
In our Hall of Fame trophy room.
Right. Yeah, we supported him a couple years back
In the hooligan race.
Yeah,
right?
hooligan.
Yeah.
Yep.
It was fun.
Yeah.
What else? What else do we have? So, we need to talk about the.
Did we figure out anybody to blame for the Richie Escalante thing?
I mean, I think, to be honest, in my opinion, I think it just comes down to like experience and like understanding the bike. You know, Here's
a question.
It was, who was it? M4. He's racing for M4, right?
That sounds right.
Yeah.
Everybody's shifted around this year.
Yeah. So he's racing for M4. So I mean, like, they should have like the knowledge, but at the same time, it's, you know, he came in 1 lap too soon the first time around, or the second time around,
yeah.
Right? And now it's like,
no, that was literally 1 lap too soon.
Yeah.
That's it. And then the question is, if he had pitted a third time,
well, I mean, so
how long does it take to get in there and out?
30 seconds.
How about this? He doesn't care about tires, so he comes in for 3 seconds of gas and goes.
I mean, even if he would have came in for just like, you know, a couple pumps of gas, probably.
I mean, they're like 1, 2, 3 and done, and he's good.
If you see it, like, they're putting gas and they're done changing the tires and they're still filling up.
Yeah, but he didn't need a full tank.
No, of course not.
He needs 1 lap.
but that's what I'm saying. So like, but you know, how do you know that? Like, race bikes don't have like fuel gauges.
And let's be clear, Richie is not the first guy to run out of gas during the Daytona 200. No. I mean, this has happened. It's happened to Josh.
Yeah.
I think it's happened to Brandon Posh.
Oh.
I think it's Posh, like, yeah. I'm sure there's probably like hundreds of people this has happened to. Yeah. So the reason it's so painful is Richie had second.
Yeah.
And it happens on the last lap.
So and also thinking about it too, like, you can't really like gauge it. You have to understand that too. Like, on a race bike, at least from when I would race MotoAmerica, you need to have like that like foam thing inside the tank so it doesn't read how much gas you have in the tank.
Right. And a lot of people don't know that.
So you have to, like, it's not like you're looking at the gauge and you're like, oh, I'm like half empty.
So
you have to like understand like how many laps you're going through and understand how many, like, you know, how many laps actually takes a full tank.
Right. So let's explain this to people. MotoAmerica requires, I assume they still do, basically like sponges in your tank.
Yeah. And it keeps it from sloshing around. And also, like, if you crash,
it's because of crash and safety, and they don't want explosions or whatever, I believe is, you know, to be completely untechnical about it.
Yeah.
But as a result, there's no way to read that.
Correct.
Yeah.
It's hard. Yeah, I remember with my SV, there was a bunch of that stuff in there, and when I would put gas, they wouldn't say like empty or full. They're just like, I think it'd always say full.
It's always
like
some.
It's always like
you're
full.
fine.
You're okay. You're okay.
Yeah. Right. So there's no. I mean, there's no technology that's going to fix that problem.
Yeah.
That I can think of.
I mean,
unless you're weighing the. I mean, regardless, you don't know. You have to go based on.
There was this one guy.
The tests yesterday.
There was this one guy at when I was racing CVMA. He had a stick. And then the stick basically had little notches, and it said like laps for CVMA. So like he would put it in, he'd put the stick in, kind of like measuring oil, into the gas tank, and he'd take it out and he'd be like, oh, the gas is right here, and it would say like 5 laps or like 10 laps.
Okay.
So that's how he would gauge it. So they'd be like, okay, I know that like if it's like right here, this is how many laps I have until I have.
Because he wants to keep it as light as possible.
Exactly. So like usually a regular.
But you're not checking that during the race.
No, of course not. Yeah, but I'm saying like a regular. But I'm saying like if you know like how many laps you have, you know, if you're like, okay, a full tank is, you know, 30 laps. Okay, like.
So I think what was it? 57 laps.
I thought it was like 67 or something like that. Maybe. 57.
No, it was 19 times 3. So it was like literally if you go 19 laps and pit at the Daytona 200.
Yeah.
And then 19 laps and pit, in theory, you should be able to make it to the end.
Yeah.
You know, again, that's depending on
how you're riding, depending on your riding style, right?
But none of those tricks are going to work, and they're filling you up to the top.
Yeah.
And because of the spongy foam nonsense that they put in there, that tech guys hate so much. The mechanics do not love it.
You know, it'd be funny if you have like extra gas, like in your suit, and you just like take it out, and just That would
like a what do they call it, a camelback?
Yeah, camelback, like on in a speed hump.
All right, we just solved a problem.
There you go.
Nice.
I don't think that's allowed, but
No, of course it's not allowed. Who cares?
So let's get back to so let's finish the racing.
Okay, so we'll wrap it up with congrats to Josh.
Yeah, congrats to Josh Heron,
yeah.
Mr. Heron. His OnlyFans page. Have you gone on it yet?
No, I'm not. I'm not that comfortable with my sexuality to go on Josh Heron. I'm just kidding, obviously. Yeah. I don't think it's that kind of OnlyFans page.
No, I don't think it is. Yeah, I haven't been. I always say I'm going to, and then I always forget. Like, we have like 50 things going on at the same time, so it's hard.
Yeah,
to, like,
visiting
remember.
Josh Heron's OnlyFans page is not high on my priority list.
Exactly.
Yeah. No, I'm like, no, babe, I was on that website because of Josh. Like, that doesn't sound good.
I'm just subscribing for it. You see it on the credit card statement, but just know it's Josh.
I feel like somebody else has been posting on their Instagram that they have their OnlyFans rocking now. Somebody else just got sponsored by them in MotoAmerica.
Oh.
It's somebody good. I can't remember. Anyway. I mean, it's somebody good on the racetrack. I'm not.
Oh, speaking of
not
racing,
a judgment on there.
I didn't see the race, but Ducati's first Supercross race or motocross race happened, and they ended up winning.
Stop.
Yeah,
these guys are on fire.
Yeah, so a win in Ducati with the 200, a win with Ducati in the motocross, and a win with Ducati in MotoGP.
Yeah.
So. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Ducati's just winning everywhere.
Yeah, no, they can't lose these days.
Oh, by the way,
quick shout out. We do one man's misfortune is another man's fortune. Tyler Scott, Hayden Gillum, both landed on the podium as a result of Richie's fuel disaster.
Yeah, that sucks.
But congrats to them.
Yeah, congrats to them. I do want. I forgot we needed to talk about the post race interviews.
Yeah, quick shout out and some love to our boy Josh. Who's every young racer, and most of the old ones in this country should take a note from how from his post race interview.
Yeah,
he actually gives love to his sponsors and his people. You and I, who have sponsored more than 100 racers. I don't know how many, but it's more than 100. There's nobody like Josh that shows the love to his sponsors.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's one thing that people don't. Most racers don't really understand. Like, a sticker on a bike doesn't do anything, right? Like, it's, if I sponsor somebody, if we sponsor someone and they put the sticker on their bike, like, that's practically like invisible. Right?
Yeah, the only people who see it is us.
Yeah, So, but however, like the way that Josh did it, on the post-race interview, he's like, he gave a shout out to his helmet sponsor KYT, and he's like he did a testimonial, like, by the way, like, this year now that I have KYT, like, my neck isn't hurting, at that time his neck wasn't hurting,
right.
And
after a 200-mile race,
after 200 miles,
it wasn't just saying the name, it was literally talking about how great that sponsor is. It was really cool. I appreciate it as somebody who we've sponsored so many people. It made me feel good that he's showing some love to the people who are supporting him.
Like, that part made me want to go, buy a KYT helmet, because I'm like, oh, cool. But if I see a sticker, if I see him wearing it, I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, it's invisible. Right. And so some racers, they just think like, oh yeah, sponsor me. I'll put your sticker. Like, this is how much. Like a bike, this is how much it's going to cost to put the sticker on this part of the bike. Right. And I'm like, okay.
Racers think they're selling or renting real estate.
Yeah.
That's not what they're renting. I mean, it's not. And the bigger problem, honestly, is there's not enough sponsors out there for motorcycle racing. There's just not. You want more sponsors out there for motorcycle racing? Treat your sponsors good. Talk about them.
Yeah.
Send them business.
Yeah.
When you do that, if I'm watching the Daytona 200 and I've never sponsored motorcycle racing, and I watch Josh talk about his helmet, I'm like, that's a guy I'd sponsor. Let's go. I'm like, that's a guy I'd sponsor. Let's go.
Yeah.
Just got scolded for pounding the table.
That's the guy I like.
Oh man, yeah. So flying back from Puerto Vallarta, we watched Ricky Stanicki.
Yeah.
And we were both laughing. We both had it on our iPads or whatever, and laughing hysterically. And everyone around us just so annoyed.
Yeah, like people in front of us, people in front of us were like turning around, like, "Shut the fuck up."
Yeah,
But
I'm hungover. Yeah. Anyway.
it was good.
Yeah. So I'll tell you what. It was an exciting way to start the MotoAmerica season.
Yeah, definitely. Next round is Road Atlanta, or no? Yeah.
Yeah, Atlanta's next.
Yeah. Atlanta.
So, which is the official start of Superbike for MotoAmerica.
Correct. Yes.
I'll tell you what. I mean, again, I have plenty of things that I don't love about MotoAmerica, having been involved in it plenty. The racing's good. We have some real talent in there.
It could get good. They just need to like focus more on the rivalries a little bit more than.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It could be better TV if they encourage the rivalry smack talk.
Yeah.
Instead of clamp down on it like they've done in the past.
Yeah. What else? What else do we have going on?
Let's talk about we short shifted on the GP.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, GP's pretty cool.
The race was kind of boring from like a objective perspective.
I had fun watching it. It was really good.
Because it was the first one. But there wasn't any... There's no good battles going on, not really.
I mean, so one thing that we want to talk about is like the Costa thing, right? Like that new kid, he just came from Moto2, and like right now they're like comparing him to Mark, and he was like killing it the first 10 laps, he was killing it, and then all of a sudden it's like he dropped down to like 9th or 10th. Like he literally used up all his tires. So like you could tell that he was a brand new MotoGP racer because he didn't know how to conserve his tires, right? They were talking about it. I remember they were saying like, most GP riders when you're racing, you're doing, 45 minutes of racing. So it's not like the Daytona 200 where you come in and pit and like change out tires. You have to make those tires last.
Right.
So he was up there, battling with the front runners, but he was using up all of his tires. Meanwhile,
Do you know what was he on?
What do you mean?
Soft mediums? What was he on?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what compound he was using.
No, now we'll start paying attention since he's using up his tires.
Yeah.
And to state the obvious, you're giving up grip for longevity.
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah, or longevity for grip.
Yeah. So that's always a hard one, and it all really depends on how you set up your bike too.
Yeah.
Right. Like how much traction control you have. How much braking you're doing.
Yeah. So Acosta's going to be fun, though. He looks like he could be a trip to watch.
Yeah, it was fun.
Young aggressive, and that's what we need.
I saw an interview with Mark. Mark, he said he was super happy. He said there was parts of the race where he was like, "Oh, I felt really, really good." He did mention that when the start of the weekend, he's like, "Oh yeah, I got on the bike and I started riding it, and I forgot like that he was on a Ducati. He started riding it like a Honda." And then he's like, I was riding like a Honda. Then I was like, and then the second practice, he's like, okay, I realized I'm on a Ducati. I need to ride like a Ducati, it's weird to hear that, but for some reason I understand it.
I mean, I kind of understand. I understand it in like philosophically, I'd say.
No, I mean, different bikes ride differently.
Totally.
I remember like riding like the Gixxer, right? The GSXR 750. Like I'm more like seated back. When I rode like the KTM or the R6, I'm more like on top of the bike, so like it just responded differently, doing different things.
Oh yeah, like the 390 versus an R3, so dramatically different. I mean, the R3 is far more comfortable.
Yeah.
And I don't mean it's a better bike by any means. I just mean it is that R3 or the 390 is aggressive. Like the stance of it is aggressive.
I love it. I feel like with the 390, like you're just on top of the handlebars. Like you're just like you're there controlling it.
I was always more comfortable letting that rear wheel dance on the 390 than on an R3.
Yeah.
When you're
of course.
Coming in hot to a corner. I mean that thing. Anyway, but yes. So if philosophically, I understand what he's saying.
Yeah.
I have experience on none of the big bikes, not the Ducati and not the Honda.
So
I steer clear of those leader bikes in general.
Yeah, but this weekend, Portugal, right?
Yeah.
We were cycling the other day and we saw the race, the last year's race, where Mark was on pole, and he ended up crashing out a couple laps later. And in my opinion, it looks like he didn't have any brakes.
It's what it looks like.
Like he just right into, I forgot who he crashed into, but he crashed into somebody, and I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'll say, after years of him being paired well with a bike, I'm glad, very, very glad to see him moving on.
Yeah.
And on something that he can ride.
What are your thoughts for this Sunday? Do you think he's going to be very competitive on that track?
When is I keep thinking it's Thursday today, but it's not. It's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
When do we get free practice one?
Friday.
Okay, not till Friday.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd like to see it. I mean, look, as an old guy, I want Mark to crush it.
Yeah, because I'm a big Mark fan.
You've always been.
Yeah.
I mean, and Mark he's magic when he was at his prime, which lasted a long time.
It did. It really did.
I want to see. Yeah, I want to see him back to form.
It's actually his fault that I got out of MotoGP. Like, I used to be a big MotoGP fan, and then when he crashed, and I just stopped watching.
Yeah.
So, fuck you, Mark.
No, we lose Mark. Basically, lost Mark and Valley at the same time. Like, what the hell am I watching this for?
Yeah.
Mark's back. This Acosta kid looks fun.
Yeah, the Acosta kid does look fun. I kind of like the rivalry between Bagnaia and Martin.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, but it's just not the same.
Yeah. I mean, they're not battling. Like, it's like the other races.
We'll see. I've been pretty I'd say temperate in my following of GP since we lost Mark.
Yeah.
I'm really excited this year to get back into it.
Yeah, I am too. We need to start planning a trip to go
Yes.
to the GP.
Yeah, we decided instead of going to Atlanta this year, we're going to just go to Spain.
Yeah.
Why not? Same thing.
Yeah, so we're going to go to Spain.
Not at all the same thing.
It's going to be fun. And there's a reason that we're going to Spain for KDJR.
Yes, what a great segue. Good job.
Yeah. So KDJR, we're starting. I actually just finished talking to his dad a couple of days ago.
KDJR, in case somebody hasn't followed us religiously.
Kristian Daniel Jr. He's in the Rookies Cup.
He's in the Rookies Cup. One of the first racers we sponsored.
Yeah.
He's still a youngster, but he's he looks like a man now.
He's 15 now.
Yeah.
Like 14, 15. Yeah.
So he's Rookies Cup this year, which is basically Moto 4.
Yeah, and then we have. So what we're going to be doing, actually, and to helping him out, so we're already sponsoring him. We're his helmet sponsor, but we're also going to be creating T-shirts to sell here in the U.S., and all the money that we get from those T-shirts we're actually going to send over to help him with his race program. He signed with, I think it's AGR this year again. So he's going to be doing Rookies Cup and the AGR racing, which is going to be racing with AGR. So it's going to be good.
Super exciting. And this is a kid, American kid.
Yes.
Who, I mean, their family moved to Spain for him to race.
Yeah.
Like, this is I am biased obviously, but I think he is our best hope for a GP victory from the States.
No, 2027 he's going to join MotoGP for sure.
So, I mean, he's been fun to watch through, as he's coming up, but it's not just fun now. I mean, like, it's fun and exciting.
Yeah, he's doing a lot of training right now. Like, I've seen his social media and stuff like that, and he's training every day. He's on the bike. He's in the weight room. He's I feel like he's going to do really well.
Yeah,
I have hope for him.
Yeah, super exciting.
Yeah, so I'm excited. So we're going to go. So one of the reasons we're going to go there is just to go support him and
have some fun.
Yeah, I mean, go to a MotoGP race up there.
Yeah. So, and we looked at whether, I don't know, where are we going? Somewhere in Europe.
Yeah. So I have a couple dates. We still need to talk to go through scheduling and stuff. Make sure that it doesn't interfere with any type of court appearances.
Yeah,
court. We need to make money somehow. Come on.
Court. We were going to Mugello. What are you talking about? I'm sorry, Your Honor. I'm going to need a continuance. Yeah. My declaration of good cause is going to be Mugello. That's it. One word.
Mugello.
KDJR, bitch. I mean, Your Honor. Yeah, no, we'll make it work. So, I mean, I think we'll make it work.
Yeah. Yeah,
we got to plan it now.
Mugello is actually on the list that we have. I went over the calendar and already have like dates of the ones that we can go to. So
Yeah, that sounds better in Atlanta.
Way
Atlanta's
better.
fun.
Yeah.
Mugello sounds better.
Yeah, way better. And then what's that last thing that we want to get over? We want to hit the rumble strip racing. So there's an unfortunate mishap that happened, guys. The track day provider that we were supposed to start with on the 23rd
Mishap is a strong word.
ended up canceling the event.
Yeah, for lack of signups, they canceled the track day.
Yeah.
So the first Rumble Strip Racing Day
Is going to be on the 30th and the 31st, and it's going to be with Carter's at the track. So sign up. I think you're going to be like in court, or you're going to do something. You're somewhere.
I'm somewhere.
Go.
For some reason, I can't go. I don't
Yeah.
know. I have to ask my assistant where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah.
I just go where I'm told.
Yeah. So I will be there. It's going to be fun. We have a couple people to invite. Depending on how many bikes get rented, we might take a couple people up there.
Yeah, there's certainly. I feel like there's going to be at least once or twice this year where we just rent them all.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
For the day. We've done that before, back when we were with Flap. Back when Dave was with Flap.
Yeah.
But it was a great time the last time we did that.
Speaking of that, well, I guess we could talk about that off thing.
That punk ass.
Yeah.
No, we'll table that.
I need more information so I can take care of the ticket.
Yeah. We'll get into that on a podcast when we're it's like a Friday night podcast when we're boozing it up.
After April 6th.
What's April 6th?
That's my Iron Man day.
Oh, okay. Like, what is that?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
So that's basically it, guys.
Racing.
Racing.
It's
is
happening.
Yeah, it's happening.
Very exciting.
There's one other thing with racing. Two Wheel Track Days is also going to be hosting mini bike racing. I think it's this weekend at Apex.
Oh.
So
on Saturday?
I think so.
Huh.
I think so.
I head to the East Coast Saturday night, but are you racing?
No.
Oh, never mind then.
No, I haven't been on one of those bikes in forever.
The last time I did that was with Gray Fam's dad.
That was fun.
It was super fun.
Those things are amazing.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. We need to get some for the office here, and then like Saturday night, like when everybody's gone, or even Saturday afternoon, there's nobody here in our complex.
It's a great idea.
The parking lot is completely free, and we could just go rip it up.
Yeah, just do figure eights.
Yeah, figure tens.
Whatever. I mean, it doesn't have to be overly complicated.
No.
Yeah, I really like this. We should do it. I feel like after your Ironman.
Why? Oh, sorry, in case I get hurt.
Yeah. Because that's humiliating if you train all that time and then you can't do it because you fell off a mini bike.
Yeah, and I messed up that would suck.
It's happened. People have gotten hurt on those things.
I know. It happens for a reason though.
Yeah. I don't know what that reason is.
I mean, with my Ironman, I'm more confident now. I did a full length swim and I was able to swim the entire length. And I did it in under the set amount of time that I have. I did it in like 40 minutes.
Okay.
And I have an hour and 10 minutes to complete it. So I'm like,
but you did it in a pool.
Yeah, I didn't. I figured like an extra 20 minutes for the ocean.
You should be faster in the ocean because of the sharks that are running and chasing you.
No, and then I'm gonna
imagine the sharks.
Yeah,
Oh God.
That's so scary.
Swim faster. But the key is just don't be the guy last because the guy who's last is the one who gets eaten by sharks.
No, so one of the reasons that I requested Puerto Vallarta to go to is I'm like, I want to go and like go swim and stuff. We rented a boat, and the first thing the guy's like, oh look, it's a big manta ray, and it's like huge. I'm like, yeah, I'm not getting into the water. And then we were off into another part of the ocean. And he's like, oh, look, there's a bunch of whales. And I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not going to get into this water.
Well, and I'll tell you, this is so embarrassing, but if I can't see the water, if it's not kind of clear, I'm not comfortable. Because and that water is just green. You can't see anything. It is not like the Caribbean.
That's true.
It's not like,
it's
Hawaii.
It's like the Pacific, like...
you can't see anything.
It's the Gulf of Baja California. I don't know. It's like right below Cabo.
Yeah, I'm not swimming in that.
Yeah. There's parts of it where they were clear.
Hey,
Parts of it.
the shore.
Yeah.
when it's a foot deep, you can see to the bottom.
Oh, I was talking to, actually, no, now that I remember, it was the waterfall, the thing that we went to.
Right, the freshwater lake that we jumped into. Yeah, that was clear.
That was clear, yeah.
Yeah, we could see all the fish. That was freaking me out too, honestly.
Yeah. So I was talking to a lady at the pool. She's training for a triathlon as well, and she says that it's actually scarier where you could see everything. She says because last time she did a triathlon, she did it in a clear thing, and she was like, I was able to see like jellyfish, I was able to see like a bunch of stuff, and she's like, and it was super scary. She's like, I'd rather not see anything.
The stuff is still there.
That's what I'm thinking. But I don't know. She said she's done both, and she prefers not to see.
Not me. When I'm not a big surfer, but I do enjoy if I'm in Hawaii, I surf most days.
Yeah.
And I'm using surf in a very, kind of generic way.
You mean boogie boarding.
Right. Now you're just boogie boarding.
Right? It's like, all right, don't do anything. Just
a good day, if I get like 3 or 4 good runs, I'm like, crushed it.
Yeah, you're like, nailed it.
And also I'm exhausted. With 3 or 4 good runs, the paddling out kills me. But all that to say, I feel much better when I can kind of see the water.
Yeah.
Like this Pacific Ocean stuff, I have to just... block it out. I have to pretend that there's no such thing as sharks.
Yeah.
And I'm not good at pretending that.
Yeah, my phone actually listened to me, and it's like starting to like advertise this like shark thing.
Shark repellent?
Yeah.
For
like,
your ankle or whatever?
Yeah. That's exactly what I saw. And it was like $50, and I'm like, I don't know, should I buy it?
Is it the magnetic one?
It's
like magnets that there's no way that works.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
No, and they're like, if you get your leg bit off by a shark, we give you your money back. Thanks.
Oh man.
I can sell you a magic rock that does the same thing. I'll sell it to you for $200. If it doesn't work, I will give you your $200 back.
I appreciate it.
That's a guarantee, sir.
Yeah. Well, no, you won't get bitten off because it's a magic rock. You'll just sink to the bottom, and the sharks are down there.
It's a magic thing. I could put a magic curse on you that you won't get.
Yeah.
That you won't get. A blessing.
Oh,
no shark.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah.
I'm not really too worried about it during the thing. It's not really that far out into the water.
No, you should be like, and there's a lot of people splashing around like seals. You'll be fine.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you wear a seal suit? You wear like
Oh yeah,
a onesie.
Yeah, wear a
yeah.
onesie.
So you look like
it's a wetsuit. Yeah.
Yeah, you look like an injured seal as you're splashing about.
Yeah.
I've seen you swim. It's not good.
Yeah.
You're an injured animal in there.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. But if I'm in the middle of all the injured animals,
stay in the middle. Stay in the middle. Don't be last.
Yeah.
We need you here, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
So, yeah.
But usually they just like take a chunk out of you and then leave you alone.
Yeah. So it'll be like one of our clients with a missing leg.
Right. How do I sue the ocean?
Yeah, I don't know.
We'll see. It's a dad joke. It's terrible. I'm embarrassed. We're gonna leave it on that. That's as bad as it gets. That's the kind of courtroom prowess you get from me. Just puns rolling off the tongue.
I got it.
That's how we make the big bucks with the juries here.
I got it.
All right. Good. On that note, I gotta pick up our indentured servants.
Nice.
I told my kid that he can work here for the afternoon.
Yeah.
He's saving up for an e-bike.
Nice.
Yeah, it terrifies me.
Didn't you get him an e-bike already?
No, he has to. I'm making him pay half.
There's a picture of him on an e-bike.
Oh, that little like.
Yeah, that thing looks awesome.
That thing was awesome. That doesn't work anymore.
That
was I got him that when he was like 4. Yeah, he was tearing it up. It was like it was done like the Valley Yamaha.
Yeah.
Yeah, that thing was cool. No, he wants one to ride on the street. He wasn't allowed to ride that on the street. We'd set up cones in the park.
Oh, okay.
No, he wants to be causing mayhem with his friends. It's terrifying. These kids ride around my neighborhood, and all I see is just because of what we do for a living.
Yeah.
All I see is injuries,
I
broken legs, and dead children, and like, oh no, it makes me sick to my stomach. So my kid wants one. I'm not comfortable with it, but at the minimum, at least I don't want to be like spoiled child dad and just buying him whatever crap he wants just because his friends have it. So I'm making him pay half.
Yeah.
Which means he needs to work for the money.
I just got the tow hitch for the van, for the RiderzLaw van. and it needs to be installed.
Yeah, I don't trust him. There's no nope.
I would be towing up the new trailer.
Yeah,
with the van, it just falls off.
Yep. What happened to the trailer?
What happened to the trailer?
Henry happened.
Yeah.
No, he can use the shredder. That's what he can do here.
Yeah.
He can take staples out of pages and he can put the pages in the shredder.
Have him sign a waiver. I don't want us getting sued
by the shredder.
Yeah.
Oh, before he's doing the tow hitch? No, he's not doing the tow hitch. You can have your daughter do the tow hitch.
That's funny.
I trust her more.
She'll probably be really good at it.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna go get my little employees that work for less than minimum wage.
Yeah.
Under the table.
Sweat boxes over here.
Yeah. Sweatbox.
Sweatbox.
Sweatshop.
Sweatshop. Yeah.
Yeah. No, he's super dude. He bugs me every day. When can I come to the office and make money? All right, let's go. Well, so they're out of school right now.
Nice. Well, you should go get them. Yeah, let's get back to work.
It's time to get back to work. For you, I'm going to go get other people to do work for me.
Yeah, that's usually how it works.
It's all the heavy lifting.
I mean,
awesome.
if I'm really honest, I feel like you do like the hardest part of the job here. I feel like all I do is have fun, and you just
between you and me, totally, 100%.
And you're over here like, you know,
our staff works really hard though.
Yeah,
I mean we're lucky. Honestly, we're so lucky. We have an outstanding staff. People don't survive here if they're not.
Yeah, that's true. They haven't.
No, they haven't. Yeah, there's plenty of people who aren't here anymore.
Yeah, they come in and they're like...
There's a couple people I wish I had back, to be sure. Yeah. There's a lot of people I don't.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Anyways, let's go.
All right. That's a wrap for episode...
I 4.
4. Why not? 4.
There's a lot of trial and errors. Peace.